The cowboy and the cattle drive can be a forgotten part of America's past. But on our ranch, neither are forgotten. Welcome to the second largest canyon in North America, the Palo Duro, home to the Harrell Ranch, our fifth generation abode. And like boss man Sam says, there's never a dull moment in paradise. The past month, we've been busy weaning cattle, and that requires us to bale hay, gather and pin cattle, and most importantly, work cattle. But you've seen these three activities in the past 3 videos that we've done. One thing that we have ignored, however, is the actual cattle drive itself, when we have to go out and gather moms and your yearlings together. And in this week's video, we're gonna hone in on that. Oh yeah, you remember that second largest canyon that we were talking about earlier? Well, even though we will be mainly up on the flats in this week's video, the canyon's crevices creak all the way up top, giving the cowboys plenty of rough terrain to deal with. And what that means is plenty of adventure. So we're about to saddle up with our cowboy Aaron and get these cattle gathered. We're going to witness an angry rattlesnake. We're going to chase down some hogs with him. All of this is going to be on this week's cattle drive. So let's saddle up, let's gather the cowboys and the cows together, and let's go on a ride. Like I said, we're handing the GoPro off to Aaron. He's a real Texas cowboy. He's going to explain a little bit of gathering cattle for you, and we're going to go on a crazy adventure. If at any point you enjoy this, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And by the way, if you want to support our ranch, it's just as easy as hitting that subscribe button. So let's see what he has to say.
Alrighty. Well, I'll see y'all at the end. Hey, hey, hey. Come on, let's go. Get out of here. Well, what we are doing out here this morning is we're gathering our cattle so we can wean our yearlings. And our yearlings are little youngins like that fella right up there. I don't know if you can see that. Hey, hey, hey. And you see, these are just gonna go over here to this water. And I could kick them back towards my crew, but it's just, there's a fence between us now, and I might as well just take them with me this way. Come on, let's go. Hey, hey, hey. And you see, what we gotta do is, I'm pretty sure all them cows over there that you probably cannot see on the camera are in this pasture. So that's currently where I'm going. We're gonna take them cows, we're gonna push them right back down that way through that draw you see. And then we'll lead them to some pens out up over there and start working them. And this horse's name is the Lariat. She's my co-worker. And you see, now we got a bunch of the herd up there being pushed by Derek and Hoyt. They're gonna start balling a whole bunch, and it'll make it easier to get these stragglers up to the herd. Because when them cattle start balling, all these other cattle are gonna hear it and they're gonna start moving right that way. And now you can't quite see them because there's a hill between us, but they are right that way, so east. Well, it's a group of teenagers! You see, groups of teenagers is what I call them. Teenagers. They're doing exactly what you expect a teenager to do. They're trying to run and get away from you. They don't want to listen. They're rebellious. So when you get you a group of teenagers like this, it can be a little difficult sometimes because they just want to do whatever they want. They don't want to listen to nobody, you know? So we're just going to get them heading in that general direction. There's a whole bunch more I got to swoop up. And you know, I'll say, whenever you're gathering cattle, it's really about patience. I mean, you go off crazy, you're going to get these cattle all worked up, then they ain't ever going to want to listen to you, you know? It's a slow game, you know? We're moving their pace. We don't want to rush them too much. We don't want to get them worked up, hot and bothered. We just want them to, you know, get the hint that they need to start moving. And you see how they're calm now? That's what we want. They've realized, hey, we're moving, we've got somewhere to go, let's do it. Now, for me and Lariat, we're gonna go off this real quick. I know, I'm sorry, girl. Okay. Hear that? Rattlesnake. I don't know if you can see him up in there, but we're about to get a video for you. All right, Lariat, you be careful. Where'd you go? Oh, he's looking right at me. Let's see if I get him. I don't know if you can see him down in there. I would kill his ass, but I ain't got the time. Yeah, get mad. Look at him. Been there. I can see my horse is all ears, attention. She said, Dad, we're not supposed to mess with snakes. That's not our job. Well, anyway, there's a little bit of morning excitement for you fellas. You're lucky. You're lucky I've got work to do. Snake. All right, back to it. Now we're gonna get on my horse and get out of here before I get bit. Larry, stay away from that bush. And you see, like I said, them cows, they've got the point now. They know what's up. They're kind of slowly heading that way by themselves. Other than that group of yearlings, that's why you can't get too distracted. Oh. Up, up. Up, up. Hey, 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 hey. Shh, 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 shh. Up, up. You see, that's why it's important to have a good horse. Notice her dodging. I don't know if you could see, but she was paying attention watching that land, and all them holes we was going over, she just jumped clear right over them. Whoa, good job, girl. Hey, 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 hey. I still got quite the ride. I'm just sticking close by, getting all these youngins pushed along there. There's a fence line right there. They're gonna come out right there, head right down that fence line. And I'm just getting this back section cleared out for them. And these cattle are gonna meet up right with them. And now that we've got them all moving towards that gate, right up there, I'm gonna go ahead and turn around and I'm gonna go down off in this nasty stuff. And maybe we'll see an elk or a coyote, some cool stuff, mule deer, whitetail. I'm not too sure. There's really no telling what you might see when you're out here on the range. I mean, when you're horseback especially, you know, these animals, they don't expect you to be coming. They smell that horse. They know the horse is there. They're okay with the horse. They ain't okay with us, but the horse is gonna cover up my smell, and it's gonna allow me to get even closer to some of the wildlife we have out here. You know, might jump a coyote 10 yards away from me. It's just really no telling. And you see right down here, we're about to meet up with the dam. And there should be cattle around the dam, and if there's not cattle, maybe there'll be some other wildlife we can check out. But no, we're just gonna get back to taking it easy. I don't need to beat my crew to the pens. You don't ever want to beat another cowboy to the gathering point. Y'all always want to be lining up at the same time out there. They don't need to make it to the pens before me, and I don't need to make it to the pens before them. So while we move fast at some parts, You gotta also remember just to take it nice and easy at other times. And getting in this dry creek bed on a warm morning is real nice when the wind's blowing, because that wind catches right through here and you get a real cold, brisk wind just coming right on up. See, and now we're rolling up on the dam. Looks like we've got plenty of water in it this time of year. I don't know, I've never fished the dam. I might need to come fishing out here, see if there's anything in here. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice and full. See, I have no idea if there's any fish in here. I see a bunch of water bugs hitting the top of the water, but not no fish. Well, I ain't much of a fisherman anyway. I just like to throw a rod and drink some beer, you know what I'm saying? Fishing's all right, but it's just more of a time killer. As you can see, them pair right there, they're gonna run around that way instead of where I wanted them to. Now, let's get up here, girl. Ooh, got a duck. Perfect. Ah! Oh, there go. Well, yeah, we got all them cows balling out there. That means they're steady moving, making their way. Means we're pretty well lined out with each other. That pair I sent is heading their way now, obviously. I can see them. Get up on some of this high ground out here. Pig, let's go get that pig. Where'd you go, piggy? Oh, we missed him. Look at him. Almost caught him. Slashed my finger over it somehow. Good job, Lariat. See, I told y'all we jumped some wildlife. Okay. Now we're gonna come back up over here and make sure there ain't no cattle up this way. I'm lonesome, I'm happy, I'm rich, but I'm broke. And the good Lord knows the reasons I'm just a cowpoke. As you can see, we are truly in the middle of nowhere. That's the way I like it. And as you can also see, there seems to be no cattle in my particular area at the moment. Out in the West Texas town of Amarillo, I fell in love with a white girl. Nighttime would find me on El Rancho Grande. Music would play and faith would whirl. Hey, calm it. I didn't even tell you to go. I didn't even tell you to go. Look at that beautiful high ground. See, there's that fence line I was telling you fellas about. It seems as if I'm in the clear. See, because now we're more of on a flat, I can actually kind of see some stuff. So that starting point where we started is straight that way, all the way across this draw on that other flat out there. Now, before I telling you I saw some cattle over here, well, it turns out there are heifers on the other side of the fence, so I ain't gonna need to worry about them. And this all way looks clear. I can see the fence going all the way to about right there before that ridge. And usually there ain't nothing hanging out up around that way, so here's where we just gonna cut back off. And now everything I might see is gonna meet up and get pushed right that way. Because as you can see, our pens are that way. Well, you can't see that. I don't know why I said as you can see. All you see is some open land. That's why you don't text and ride. I almost ran Lariat through a bush.
So what would eventually happen is Aaron would meet up with the other cowboys and they'd group those cattle and start pushing them together. Now, it's a little hard to see, but there's actually a fence there. It's hard to see because there's actually, I think, a cow on the other side, but they're using that fence line to help guide them, and they're pretty much well on their way towards the pens at this point. Once they reach the corrals, they'll push them through this first gate into kind of this mini pasture area. Then they'll push them into the pens themselves. And finally, when they're in the pens, we'll push them into more specific pens to organize them. If you're interested in seeing some of the cattle working aspect of this whole operation, please check out the last video. Hey, have you ever seen a drone gather cattle? Or how about a horse that's constantly breaking its reins? Well, next week we're going to dive into it all and actually get to see day 2 of this cattle drive. You'll be with me instead of Aaron, and there will be a lot more adventures. I hope to see you there, so make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys next week.